Boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom, diddy. Man, where's everybody getting these cool pictures of lions? Excellent day.
Thank you.
That one's nice, Barbara.
Thank you. I like the other ones better.
That's a big boy. I like that colorful pastel one you did, Roy. You should talk to Nico about that. Yeah. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Okay, let's see where are all my smiles at. Stacy's trying to hide hers. There it is. I see you trying to suppress it. Susan, great smile. Gary, all right. Angie, you're killing me. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I just love seeing people smile. I love all the smiles. I love all the happiness. It's energy. Hi, Ruth. I just happen to be scrolling pages. Yeah, I like scrolling pages. I'm on page 2 now. Wait a minute. I gotta move my lovely wife over here on page 1 while I still can. Go. Where's Chris? Fine. Well, I'll move him later, Jen. All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We're at welcome to the RRR 247 podcast episode 16. Yep, I got to keep looking over there. I can't believe the number just keeps going up. There's so much happening. Episode 16 is going to be another jam-packed day. So there's a lot of great things happening, a lot of new people joining the team. We've got a pretty good growth spurt going on, and it's happening because we're doing everything the right way. And we're getting all the friction points out of the way for everybody. Give our CEO kudos next time as soon as you see him. However you can, because I want to keep you muted once he gets on here. We have to. All right. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. How many new people are here? I'm looking through these screens. I see quite a few faces I do not recognize. So I'm going to assume there's quite a bit. For you new folks, I want you to write this down. Never miss a Tuesday night call. Never, ever, ever. Please write it down. I don't see anybody going like this. Write this down. Never miss a Tuesday night call. Get a pack of Post-it notes and put it on each side of your screen. Put it on top of your monitor. Put it on your tower if you got a desktop. Put it somewhere and put it where you can see it all the time. Never miss a Tuesday night call. Why? Why, Niall? Why is Tuesday night so important? Because all of the big announcements that you need for your rate of success, for you to be successful and get everything that you need done and hit all your goals, all those big announcements happen on Tuesday nights. Every Tuesday night, only Tuesday nights, never any other night of the week, just Tuesday nights. And if we're saying you're going to add something to the system to help you even more, make more money, hit your goals, expand into a different country, whatever it is you want, a product, a service, a tool, an idea that came from somebody on the team that just might kick everything into gear for you, that will always be launched on Tuesday night, never any other night of the week. And whatever he launches on Tuesday, he'll train in depth on Saturday. So if it's a little too much for you at sometimes, which it really isn't, then don't worry. Your instructor's going to spend time with you and cover all that. And Rory's going to go in depth training on it on Saturdays. There could be a lot of information flying at you sometimes. It's okay. Write it down, take notes. You'll get the rest of the answers later, but make sure you're on Saturday too so he can do an in-depth training for you. The other thing that happens on Tuesday night, and that's my favorite part probably, maybe, is we get to meet all the brand new people. Every week there's somewhere between 10 and 30 brand new people joining the team. 10 to 30 people joining the team. And I got a feeling sometime over the summer, we're going to break that 30 plateau and even go over that. So we love hearing from you. Whoever got you here, would love to know that you made it on. Rory would love hearing your name for the very first time, announcing yourself. Welcome to the team. We get to say hello and welcome you. So if you're brand new, click on that little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hit the space bar on your keyboard, say hello, and don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Hello, I'm Laurel Hutchinson. I'm in Port Huron, Michigan.
Michigan's here. Welcome, Laurel. Glad you made it. Welcome to the team. Anybody else?
My name is
Still early?
Jan Morris, and it says Janetta there, but I go by Jan. I am from Texas.
Dan from Texas. Welcome, Dan. Glad you made it.
Thank you.
I know you guys went through some storms there. I think that's over. I'm glad that's over. Right? I know you're glad that's over too. No, still going. Oh goodness. Well,
Yes.
we're keeping you on our prayers.
Thank
But
you. We
welcome to
need
the
that.
team and glad you're here tonight.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Hello from Holland. Robin Tackett. Hello, Robin. Welcome. My sister Linda watching the chat for me. Yep. Actually seen that one pop up. All right. Welcome everybody to the RRR247 podcast, episode 16. We are rolling and we're having a blast. There's a lot of great things happening, a lot of big announcements, a lot of new additions, a lot of friction points being taken out of the way. Whether you've been here for 1 week or 1 year, you never want to miss a Tuesday night call, ever. There's always something in there, one piece of information that you absolutely need, one golden nugget, an idea from Rory or somebody else. One little thing can make a huge difference in your business. But any big announcements are always happening on Tuesday night as well. You never want to miss that. So write that down, put it hang on your computer somewhere. Never miss a Tuesday night call. All big announcements, any additions like new products, new services, new tools, it's always going to happen. If it's new, it's going to happen on Tuesday night, and you never want to miss that. And then Rory will train in depth on it. Well, actually, one of the leadership probably cover it really well on Thursday night, and then Rory will go cover it in depth on Saturday afternoon. So, but you never want to miss getting that information live and getting it into motion right away. But as you heard just a couple seconds ago, unless you're just getting on, we love hearing from the brand new people too. Every week, somewhere between 10 and 30 brand new team members joining, and that's exciting to see. Not just the new names and the new faces, but we love seeing all the states being represented all over the country and international, because we do have we have Australia on here for sure. We have Canada on here for sure. I'm not sure what other countries might be here tonight. I got to scan all the pages to see that. But yeah, we are international, and it's just a lovely thing to see. And if you got an accent, I really want to hear from you because I love those overseas accents too. So if you're brand new, we want to hear from you. Welcome you to the team. Click on the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner of your Zoom screen, or hit the space bar on your keyboard. Don't know exactly where that button is on your phone if you're on your phone.
Yeah,
That'll unmute you.
Randa.
Go ahead.
I'm Rastianda. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York's in the house. Thank you, sir. Glad you made it. Welcome.
I'm new here.
Fantastic. I see that. Welcome, and we're glad you're here. Every week we have somewhere between 10 and 30. So far, we've only had 5. I know there's more out there. I can actually see. Well, let me hit that button and let that last little batch. Look at that batch of people over there waiting to get in. We just crossed over 200 people. It's going to keep growing. Go ahead, Linda.
I've got a Todd Bradley from Minnesota.
Welcome, Todd. Fantastic. Glad you made it. Anybody else that's brand new, you can unmute. If you didn't have a chance last week, you can go ahead and unmute this week too. Click on the microphone or hit the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello. And don't forget to say what state you're calling in from. Welcome to the call.
I'm from Iowa. My name is Lisa Dahlstrom. And
Lisa
I've
from
been
Iowa.
trying to get, yes. Well,
Welcome, Lisa.
I'm going back to Iowa. I live in Seattle right now. And unfortunately, I have not been able to really get into this yet because my car was stolen, my money was stolen, and my keys were stolen, and everything like that. But I
would
still come
suggest
on
you get
here
out of
whenever I
Seattle.
can. It's yeah, I live in
Iowa's sounding
Seattle.
better, isn't it?
Banana. Huh?
Well,
Oh,
I'm
it's
sorry
beautiful.
I'm sorry all of that happened to you. I really am. But now you're in the right place, right time, right crowd, right people, right energy, and just be confident that's all going to start turning around. None of that stuff's going to happen anymore. All of us, you got what? How many people? 222 people out there put a great wish out for Lisa that none of that bad stuff is going to happen. Things are turning around. A lot of good stuff's going to start happening. Yes, Susan, amen.
Thank you. And
All right. You're welcome. All right. Who else is brand new
in the
here?
name of Jesus, because I'm a prayer warrior here.
In the name of Jesus, amen.
Yep. All right.
Not everybody wants to unmute and say amen to WKS anyway, but that's good enough.
Amen.
So I'm gonna amen. Gonna have to say what last call. Welcome, everybody. Welcome all the new people. This is the big night. All the big announcements are going to happen here. I got to say last call, though. If you're brand new, click the little microphone or hit the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, and welcome.
Shirley Suba from Pennsylvania.
Welcome, Shirley. Glad you made it.
Cynthia White from Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York in the house. Go Bills. I got one in. I can't believe it. Thank you. All right. Who's that in chat? Irene saying, hey, amen, amen. Fantastic. Welcome. One more person. Anybody else?
Jen Smiley put Valerie Warren in.
Valerie Warren. Fantastic. Guess what? Valerie Warren's number 10. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Jen. Like I said, every week there's somewhere between 10 and 30, but I see a few other faces out there. Maybe they're just a little bit shy, and that's okay. Maybe by next week you'll get a chance to say hello and you'll be more comfortable saying hello. So let me go ahead and hit a couple of buttons so we can get started here. I got to hit that button, and then I got to hit that button. And Rory's already got the recording going. So again, welcome everybody to RRR247 podcast episode 16. We are doing incredible things. This podcast is just moving right along. I can't believe we're in week 16 already. Feels like we just started it 2 weeks ago, and I'm still having a hard time remembering what number we're on. So Rory has to remind me almost every week. It's fantastic, and that's because we got so many great things happening. What's happening here? So welcome again. My name for any new folks that just got on 10 that unmuted and said hello, and the rest of you that were still too shy. Thank you, Cynthia, for allowing me to get the Go Bills in. I appreciate it. I appreciate that big time. And for those of you that I have never met before, my name is Niall. I live down here in Central Florida with my beautiful wife, Dina, right underneath me. Also into business. We're building this together. We're having the time of our lives. Listen, I've been in this industry 35 years now. I've worked with Rory for 30 of those 35 years. Rory and Tanya. It's been an incredible time. I'm an ex-carpenter who used to work way too many hours in Western New York, building homes in Williamsville and the surrounding area, from Rochester all the way to Orchard Park. I was building a lot of homes even in the winter, and I hurt my back pretty bad. I had to go back to school to be retrained and learn a whole new career. I didn't know how I was going to do that, but I figured out a way, and I took off to aviation school to get my contract, get a A&P license and an associate's degree in avionics. But it was while I was in school, I was introduced to this industry. I had a little over 1 semester to go. And again, I come from a construction background, working 16, 17, 18 hours a day, especially when I went on my own. My business partner, Matt, and I started doing additions in kitchen and bath. And that's pretty much when I got hurt, because I was probably overworking myself really bad. I had a doctor tell me I keep doing that, I'm going to be crippled in a rocking chair at a very young age. And I said, that's not me. I'm an active person. I can't picture that. I got to go. So I went back to school to be retrained, and a miracle. I call it a miracle sometimes, but what happened was my life circumstances changed so much that I had my eyes open to see things differently. I've looked at this industry many times before, but I never thought it was for me. I was very supportive of it, especially, my little sister, who was always involved, and my whole family was involved, actually. And I was very supportive of it, but I didn't think it was for me. It wasn't to me, the career level that I've never seen it become a career level for anybody, because I didn't take the time to meet some people, because there was a lot of them out there. So when I got introduced to this, I was just looking for an extra 500 or $1,000 a month to spoil my kids a little bit more on the weekends. I was that dad who hardly got to see my kids. Now I'm back to school as an adult with the family in tow. That's not easy. It's not just hard on me. I knew it was hard on the kids too. And I was all about my kids as much as I could see them. But this industry kind of opened up doors for me I never existed. I graduated, I went to work at the airport, but I was diving into this industry at the same time, this business plan, to make that extra 500 or 1,000, which I did the first month. And then I doubled the second month. Then I set goals to get even higher. But after graduating and going to work at the airport, I just came home one day, looked at my wife, and took a sip of my coffee in the morning, and I went, I think I'm going to go in today and give my 3-week notice. After spending all that money to get that license to work on aircraft, and I thought that was going to be my career and my passion and my future, I just said, I'm going to go in and give my notice. We're having too much fun, meeting great people, and making too good of money at our part-time business. for me to go to work every day. And plus, I'm just missing too much of the kids. So suddenly I went from the dad who never got to see his kids to the dad who got to put them on the bus, take them off the bus, go to every football practice, go to every volleyball game, go to you went to cheer practice. And I was the silly dad on the sideline with the pom-poms, making everybody laugh, trying to learn a routine, which I could not do because I had a daughter that was a cheerleader. And guess what? When the high school needed a bowling coach because they were getting in a travel league, I raised my hand and became the bowling coach. Why? Because I could. I do like to bowl. I always loved to bowl. I had an ABC card for years. But now I had two of my kids wanted to bowl. Yep, I'm the coach. I became the coach of the high school bowling team. And that trophy, the tall one you see behind us, was their first place trophy that very first year. 3 of the 4 bowlers on the team never bowled before. And we took first place in that first year. I love nothing more than seeing a kid throw a gutter ball after gutter ball after gutter ball. Just give them a few little pointers. They keep it on the lane. And they go down there, and it doesn't matter if they already smacked out 5 pins. They turn around, that big smile on their face so big you can't see the rest of their head. That's joy for me. When I can see that in my kids, that's the kind of stuff that makes a dad proud. And a lot of you dads know what I'm talking about. I used to get home barely in time to have dinner. Sometimes I missed it. Usually it was give them a kiss on the forehead, tell them to brush your teeth, go to bed. Now I built a business around my kids' schedule. When they're in school, I did everything I could, and I built and I built and I built. And when they were out of school, I spent all the time I could. We went on vacations. I gave them everything their hearts desired with reason and taught them responsibility. My son started working for himself when he was 9 years old, and he's 31 years old now, and he still works for himself. He's never had a job in his life. So I planted those seeds for him, and he took it and ran with it. But it's this industry, it was a lot bigger than I ever thought it was. So if you're looking at this for the first time, you're not sure what's here, or maybe just, nothing more than a little side gig to make a little bit of money here and there, trust me. Please trust me. Do the research, look into it, pour your heart into it, and you're going to find out it's much bigger than any of us ever knew before we really looked into it for the first time. I've always been involved in a little bit, but it was more of the support role. When I dove into this, it opened up doors for me I didn't even know existed. It allowed me to meet people I never would have met before, not just here, but in other countries. And the income that I was making, after a couple of years in the business, I looked back one day and I looked at my income and I said, wow, I'm making more in 2 months than anybody I've ever known in my life has made in the entire year. That was a pretty good decision to give my 3-week notice to the boss that day. I dove in. I became a student of this industry. I became a student of the system that we were working at the time, which is nowhere near as good as the system that you have in front of you today. I worked harder than everybody else. If somebody said do 10 of these, I did 20. If they said do 20 of these, I did 40. Because that's just how it was for me. It was easier to go fast than it was to go slow. Because I wanted to get there, hit my goals, and secure everything that I wanted to do. So I kept looking around. I kept learning all I could about this industry. And I want you guys to write this down. Become a student of what we're doing. Become a student of the industry and become a student of the system. And just be the best student that you can be. That's it. Follow the steps, follow the plan, go through the textbook course, right? If one person can do it, another person can do it. I've always been a believer in that. And early on, I met people that were making incredible incomes. They were standing right in front of me, showing copies of their check. And I've listened to them talk for a while. And I thought to myself, wow, if this guy can make that kind of money, then yeah, I'm going to get pretty rich. That's all I thought. But when I talked to each one of those people, here's the big key. Cynthia, I'm going to share this with you, and I called your name out just because you're from the 716, and I love that. After interviewing each one of those people, I found the common thread why they were making so much money compared to myself and some other people that were just getting started in the industry, even 6 months in. Ready? They were doing it longer. That's the only difference. Doesn't matter what their education level was. Didn't matter what state they were from. Didn't matter what occupation they were from. It didn't matter what they did yesterday or last year or 10 years ago or what they planned on doing tomorrow. None of that stuff mattered. It's a system And now it's online, and it works the same way for everybody. If you stick around, you'll get paid too. That's the only difference. They were doing it longer. So I thought, wow, he's been here for 10 years. He's making that kind of money. I'm brand new. I got that to look forward to. At 10 years from now, I should be making the kind of money that this guy's talking about. I doubled what that guy was talking about because I worked harder than everybody. Remember, it was in my DNA. I wanted to get there quick. I built a crazy momentum. But I'm a big believer what one man can do, another man can do. No doubt about it. And you're going to hear Rory say this a million times. If he does ABC and gets XYZ, then you can do ABC and get XYZ if you're following the system. Now, if you come in and you think you can do it better and you try to reinvent the wheel and change this and change that, and you're not doing what he's doing, well, we can't guarantee that everything's going to work out for you that way. But if you're following the system and you don't give up on yourself and quit, if he does ABC, he gets XYZ, you can do ABC, you get XYZ. What one man can do, another man can do. And if you guys write that down, you believe in that with all your hearts, whatever you came here to accomplish, if it's just $1,000 a month at the beginning, like I did, to pad your retirement plan a little bit or spoil your kids a little bit on the weekend, everything's here. Every piece that you need is in place right here. You just got to make it work for you. If you came here to make that much a week, it's the same plan, same pieces, a little bit more effort. If you came to make this a whole new career, like myself and Dina and Angie and Stacy and a lot of the people you're going to meet here, Linda Horn, Donna Meyer, all the names you're going to get to know, made this their career and chose to put the blinders on to go to work, you can do that too. Every piece is here. It's amazing. I got to meet Rory the first time 30 years ago. He was a young kid working for a telecom company. I needed a voicemail. He was selling the voicemails at the time. He hooked me up with the voicemail. But when he did, Cynthia, it wasn't just putting a message and shooting it out to 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50,000 people at a time. As I built that network all over the country, I could put my message out and shoot it out to 50 or 100,000 people all at the same time. We did this in 1992, way before the internet, way before cell phones. No email, not even a pager. We had nothing. We had Rory, and we had the phone company, and we had voicemail. And we built a nationwide business. But when the internet came out, that's when he really found his niche, right? That brain of his, that techie brain just went to work. He got online, became the #1 lead generation company in the world. And he still holds that title today. That's what all of us entrepreneurs needed. We needed leads. And we need good quality ones, not ones that have been sold 3, 4, 5, 6 times over. We needed good quality, fresh leads and somebody to talk to. Rory knows how to do all that. He knows how to market online, whether it's an opportunity, whether it's a plan, or whether it's a product. He knows how to market online. He's been doing it for years. So he became the #1 lead generation company. We needed a website. He started building his own websites. He topped off everybody. The good ones were getting 1 in 25. He got 1 in 10 and then 1 in 5. Nobody knows how to do what he knows how to do. And that's why he's sitting where he's sitting today. So it's been a great relationship with him. It's been 30 years, though. It's not just a business relationship anymore. It's not just a friendship anymore. He's family. Like this, right? And I call him my brother. I got to meet his wife, Tanya, when I flew out to Utah. I walked in the door. I met a young lady raising 7 kids. 6 of hers played football. I only had 1 that played football, and it drove me crazy. She has 6 kids playing football, 1 in professional dance, and she was running several other businesses that she's been running for years while helping Rory keep this organized together on the calendar and planning every event and helping to train all the students. Never met anybody more organized in my life than when I met Tanya Rickard. I noticed right away when I seen those two working together how well they complement each other with their skills, right? They're going to be a power couple. I knew they'd be a power couple. Jim Rohn taught me the definition of power couple 25 years ago. The true legends on the planet, you can write this down too, are the people who find the ways to help the most other people. That was their mission. That was their mission. We want to help as many families around the world as we can. Let's get online. Let's take opportunity. Hold our hands out and see how many families need a hand up, and let's give it to them. Let's find a way to help as many families. That is a power couple, and that's who they became. So 30 years later, that's my brother. She's my sister. I know their kids. He knows my kids. I don't know if Eddie's still on here, but he was here a minute ago. It's a blessing sometimes to watch them grow up just like it is my own. And this industry did change my life. Here's a promise I want you to make to yourself. I'll never give up on myself and quit, because that's the only mistake you can make here. Every other mistake, even if it feels like a mistake to you, it probably isn't. Every other little mistake can be overcome easily, actually. There's only one you can make. Give up on yourself and quit. If you do that, I'll guarantee you're not going to get to your goals. But if you don't give up on yourself and you never quit like I did, and you believe what one person can do, another person can do, and you follow the system and be a good student, there's no telling how far you can go. You're going to build a business that creates legacy residual income that you can hand off to future generations someday. That made a big part to me and a big part to Rory, right? With something we can hand off to our kids. That was a huge part for us. It's probably going to be one of our grandkids, because our kids are pretty grown and we're not ready to retire anywhere near close to retire. Susan, I'll probably be here for another 30 years. You're stuck with me. Right? And Rory's 10 years younger than me. So we're going to be here for a minute. But it's probably going to be one of our grandkids or our great grandkids. But that is true freedom. That is, what else could we do for our children? And as parents, that's all we do is look for ways to make our kids, no matter how good our life is, we want to make our kids' lives even better, don't we? It's all right here, folks. So welcome to RRR247. I'm proud to be a part of this, and it's my pleasure to introduce our CEO every single Tuesday after I let you guys know who you're getting in business with. The good guys, the good people, the ones who want to help as many families as possible. Rory, I'm going to see him pop up on the screen somewhere here in a second. I know we got started a couple minutes late.
You see me?
Microphone, there you are. No, I keep looking like this because you pop up in a different spot every time. Microphone's yours. I love you, brother. And I know they're dying to hear what you got to say.
So I'm going to start out, you guys. Today's going to be a fun day. It's going to go by quick. I want to start out by covering some things and explaining things in case, it's a little bit ambiguous. Okay. So Tuesday nights, we always say these are the must-attend calls. You need to be here. And I'm going to just reiterate why. All right. And it has to do with fundamental reasons of success. See, we know that a lot of people come in here and this is a part-time thing. This is something you're doing on the side. This is something you're doing to hopefully build a better future. And it's not your main full-time priority. Well, what's wrong with that is focus. So the reason why we have steady trainings is so that we're steadily on top of the goals and getting there, right? And it kind of goes like anything that's ever been proven. If you, let's say that you have you're active and you play adult soccer. You still got to train, maintain your legs, maintain your body, maintain your skill set, and you practice and compete, right? You practice to compete. All right, well, we're doing the same thing in a business where we meet on a steady basis so that we keep the prize in front of us, the goals in front of us, and not forget about them. See, there's a funny thing about America, it's not just Americans, but about human beings. We forget. We move on, we lose focus, we drop it balls, and before you know it, something else is taken over, and we flushed our dreams aside for months. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. Don't believe me? Before you came here, almost everyone that we talked to has dreams that they didn't accomplish, and they almost think they're out of reach. A lot of them have forgotten them for years. There's a habit that creates dream and achieving those dreams, right? There's habits, not just one habit, habits. One of the best things you can do is to stay focused on it. Put thought and emphasis on it. These Tuesdays are for you to keep on that focus and on that drive, and for us to constantly, let you know where things are, make adaptions, take advantage of things that timing allows us to win with. That's why we do this every Tuesday. It's the reason why people go to church every week. You're going to forget the teachings. You're going to forget your relationship with God if you're not making it a focus and a center point. We do these every Tuesday to keep on focus. Make little tweaks, make adjustments, so that dreams become a goal with a deadline, and then we apply the actions and resources to make it happen. We're here as a community to make sure everybody reminds themselves of why they're doing this and what they need to do. We know that most of you are going to be off track by the next Tuesday, but at least you're showing up so we can get back on track. I could cover this every Tuesday. We have new people coming in here all the time. But I got to tell you, I look forward to these, and I know Niall does, I know the leaders do, because we know that we have one central time to focus to help our teams keep going on what they want to achieve. That's why we're here. We already know this works. We know all of it works. But we're here to get everybody else on board so we can help you achieve your dreams and so we can help millions around the world. And that won't happen without steady meetings. Why? Because as human beings, we just forget. We forget. And so if we don't have something that's constantly keeping us on the trail of success, right? That's why I reset, refocus, recommit. You get knocked off your path. You got to get right back to it. And we know that every Tuesday, if you come, we get you right back and focused. There's a lot of you that this Tuesday night gets you back on focus again. You know what? You might be off by again, but you know, next Tuesday you'll get back on there. Eventually your habits get better. I get to share things with you that I can't do on a normal basis. I can't call everybody. You know, Niall brings up the voicemail company, and I got to tell you, the one thing that was really good about that is it allowed you to keep great communication with your teams. We didn't have Zooms. We didn't have any of this technology. In fact, we didn't even have emails, guys. And email didn't quite work the same as having voice and communication. You guys get to see my face. You're going to see my expressions. You're going to hear my tonology, and you get to also see my expressions so you can relate it better. It's the next best thing to face. And you get the same with all the leaders that get you to come on here and share their stuff and put the stuff out there. We have this incredible technology to do it. Now we got to use it to get you to accomplish your dreams. Now I'm going to tell everybody, I'm going to go on the next thing. Also, Edison's in here, right?
I thought so, but I couldn't.
Yes, he
look
is.
fast enough.
Edison, I'm gonna bring you in here really quick. I got my son Edison. If you haven't met him, I'm gonna have you guys introduce you to him. He's running a special role for me with you guys right now, and I want to talk about it.
Howdy.
Just say hello again so he can see you.
Let's bring him on here.
There we go.
He can be the big head even. I don't care. All right. I think my beard still looks better, but we'll see where it goes. All right, guys. So he was born into this atmosphere. All right. What Edison, since he's been actually even before he was one, he was in my offices all the time. Constant. He came with me to the office. For whatever reason, he was a really, really good kid, but all he got to do was observe cubicles and how things ran. Okay. This is before internet was high speed to the house. This is before we could do what we could do now. But what we're doing now, there's something he grew up with, and I have him training you guys. We have a V marketing path that's freaking awesome. Edison is training on it in the instructor Zoom. So anybody that has PBS Vortex, everybody that has a CRM, you can go to the instructor Zoom at 11 a.m. Eastern until 7 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. We have different groups that run every day. We have different leadership, but Edison's for at least this month of June, he's in there teaching how to do assisted V marketing. You want to say hello, Edison?
I said hello. I was waiting for you to talk, you know.
You guys, he gets it to an amazing thing, and you know what you're there for? Watch him do it. Ask questions. Get going, get set up. The leaders are on there to help you out too. Now, we've been doing trainings Monday through Friday for years. The attendance hasn't been all that great. But I'm about to tell you how things work. And you guys, I don't care where your leaders are. It's your business. If it's going to be, it's up to you. It's up to me. That's the saying. If it's going to be, it's up to me. Whose business is it? Barbara, David, whose business is it? It's yours. And you have great teams to work with. Everybody here has great teams. However, we have RRR247 teams that are helping everybody. Remember, we work with everybody. It doesn't matter how they're tied to us. They're part of the family. We work with them. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. You log into your RRR247crm.com/admin. Go to Zoom calls. Go to the instructor Zoom. You'll be watching active assisted V-marketing happening all day. From there, you want to get with your instructors. I want to back up. Here's our process of success. And I want to say this. We have training on this. We reiterate it over and over again. But today, I really want to spell it out. You come in and buy a PBS. You go through session 1. You get set up in our #1 anchor offer of Elevita. You go through session 2 training. You learn about the PBS Vortex. You learn about Savings Highway Global. You get those set up. And now you have everything you need to make money in multiple scenarios with us. Multiple streams of income, we call them. Then you're going to set up your PBS. You got to go through step 1. You're going to modify 30 pages. That's going to basically get 66% of your system done. Now, as you're continuing into step 2 and step 3 and step 4 of that process, once you get done with step 1, you have a clear understanding on how modifying your PBS and setting things up in your PBS works. Enough repetition in there, you're getting pretty good at it. Then we open you up into the assisted V-marketing or session 3. This is where we empower you to use that PBS Vortex and tie into the actual marketing that Tanny and I fund. We're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a week to generate leads that want to have their own business, that want to make money posting ads online, that need to be communicated with and walked through. Now, the problem we've saw before is not everybody's willing to talk to somebody else about it, and it's a scary proposition if you've never done stuff like that before. Maybe you're very introverted. Great. We start everybody at assisted V-marketing. Edison, in assisted V-marketing, do you talk to anybody? Oh, you should be able to talk. Hold on. Now try it. You can unmute.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, it let me talk for 5 seconds and then it muted again.
Okay, it's okay. I know who did it. It's all right. She does it to me too. Okay, so they don't have to talk to me, right?
I heard that. That's not fair. Can't pick on me, guys.
Truth is always the best defense.
Yeah, we get people that are asking questions all the time. They'll pop in just to ask a couple questions. They'll
No, that's
observe.
perfect. What I'm saying is when you're doing assisted V-marketing, you don't need to talk to any of the student leads at all, right?
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm just
Now you might get the random phone call in that you can answer, but you don't have to answer. You can just text them back and say, "Hey, I'm trying to set an appointment," or you can answer it and set an appointment.
yeah. I'll answer it though, so that way everyone can hear what it is that I'll say to them. You know, because
Right.
sometimes they'll just say that they missed the call, and just you'll hear me walk them through it.
It's hearing it and seeing it done, like anything, repetition is mother of all learning. And the thing about it is so you listen and you don't get started yet. Great. Show up the next day, show up the next week. We understand that we're pushing your comfort zones a little bit, but I'll tell you this, assisted V-marketing, what it means today, you don't need to talk to anybody. You're setting appointments. You're basically being a secretary and help build your team with your instructor team. So you go from assisted V-marketing to full-on V-marketing where you're still going to be assisting, because if you're doing it right, You're going to go from assisting and helping your team build you to now you're going to be building your team that you brought in and helping them build momentum and process, grow customers and flow. You guys, it's absolutely genius right now. And we're already seeing the outcome. Now I'm gonna show you something. Okay. We had one of our biggest weeks in a long time last week. I'm just gonna give you guys here. These are the names of the individuals, and if you see multiple, because they did multiple, that brought in new PBS members this last week. Now, we have an upcoming event this fall. We haven't done date and times yet. It's going to be in either Orlando, Florida, or Dallas, Texas. What's deciding that is votes by our instructors or our assisted marketing instructors, either way. Whoever sells a PBS gets one vote per PBS for that week. Now they have to attend our millionaire course, which will be on in about 20 minutes. They have to be there in live attendance to vote. Currently, Bria, what's our tally?
Let me pull it up. I do know Orlando's winning by like 20 points.
22 to be
Oh,
22,
thanks,
but who's
Kyle,
counting?
22 points. So I'm pulling it up 1 second. I just had it. It is. Oh my gosh, hold on.
And I'm going to tell you,
I got it.
we haven't had a live meeting for a while, so I know we're all excited about it.
196 to 174.
Where we go based
Thanks,
on
Mel.
production.
Oh, I didn't realize I could camera there. Nice.
So Orlando's 196 and Dallas is 174.
That's still pretty close. I mean, any week could sway that. I'm going to tell you this, though. We're going to start having a lot more votes because we're picking up momentum because we have people kicking into the V marketing and the assisted V marketing is working. Everybody here, okay, now there's thousands of us, but everybody that's here, the active Tuesday show ups, and those that come on Saturdays, and those that are attending our trainings and the instructor Zooms, you guys, everybody here can find a way to work the V marketing, even for a few hours a week or ongoing with your teams to move, and great things will happen. How to do the actual money making activities. Everything we talk about happens when we do the right processes. And the thing is, we just solved the only friction point that we had, which is getting people past the point of getting ready to get ready and not doing it because of personal feelings. Let me talk about it. It's just better to just address the elephant. Okay, guys? And I'm going to mentor everybody here. Everybody probably thinks, oh, I'm the only one at this. You're not. You guys are all the same. When you don't go do something and present it to somebody else, which is what we're doing, it's because you don't think it's going to work for you or you haven't seen it work for you yet. Right? Nobody wants to bring somebody else into something that's not working for them yet. Now, if you don't go build it right, that's not going to work for you. But that logic is hard. So we just got to do it. We got to make things better. So we did that. So the assisted V marketing, you don't get to talk to anybody, but the people that do talk to them on your behalf are people that are succeeding. So they're already going to come at it with a far better understanding, belief, conveyance. Posture's better. Like when I talk to somebody, there is no way they don't know that, hey, this guy's for real. He knows what he's talking about. And I also know that I'm going to do everything I say I'm going to do. It's already in motion. I know that the second they join with me in Bella Vita, they're going to get their right team built or their left team built, depending on where I'm building. Whatever I tell them is going to happen is going to happen. It's not a maybe. It's absolutely happening. And quickly. Well, when you have that belief and that ability to have that belief, everything is going to work better. But it doesn't just happen. You have to like believe it to get it going. Well, we fixed that because you to do the assisted V marketing, lean on your team. They're going to represent it properly. They're going to be stacking them and building them for you. You're going to start getting income from that. Now, when you start seeing the system actually pay you the way it's supposed to, well, now you know it's truth. Now your integrity is intact. So when you start to talk to other people and start doing that access, you're doing it from a point of it works for me too. People that actually are making money from it are going to talk about it better. We don't need you to wait for that to happen first. We have other activities you can do to help us help you to get the money coming in to where you can now convey it to other people. And because we're shortening the time period of people getting started and being success, this is going to grow even faster for everybody's teams. If it takes me 5 months to get you to start duplicating your team and growing with me, it's going to take that long for the next person probably, and not long for the next person. It just slows it down. If I can get you duplicating in weeks, that means the next person that we bring into your team can duplicate in weeks. The difference between weeks and months is huge over the course of years. I'm duplicating virtually every single day. I want to start doing it multiple times a day. I want to start building teams that are doing it multiple times every day, on top of every day, on top of every day. And it's all done through a system that is scalable and duplicatable. And guess what, folks? You all have it now. The one thing that people say you can't fix, we found a way to fix it because we have you do the assisted part where you don't have to talk to anybody until you're making money. And if you work the team right and the leadership works that right, we have found a way to take advantage of everybody's skills and talents. And I'm watching it work, and it's freaking awesome. So I wanted to convey it again today because I'm going to be a broken record because we fixed it. Now it's the hard part, getting everybody on board and doing it. And the new students coming in, they don't know different. They're going to be taught this exact process that just works. And if you get a new student making money sooner, everything works better, faster. And we have all the other fun issues of taste and getting people to understand, like, oh my gosh, what if I can make all my dreams come true here? Well, you can. Financially, we can solve so many issues and make dreams happen. Time and financial freedom is here. We just got to define how we do the marketing and how we work together. The problem is that we didn't have people to talk to. The problem is getting people that were willing to talk to people because they had the integrity behind themselves to feel comfortable to do so. I get it. That's why I'm so confident. I know it works 100,000,000%. But for a new person coming in, it's not happening to them yet. I get why you would want to hesitate. So we found a way to eliminate that. Now it's just getting everybody doing it. So make sure you get on your study halls with your instructor team. Find out who you can set in your team and get going. Now, here goes. I'm giving you permissions. You can't get a hold of your instructor. You go to your upline, CSI, GSI, PSI, MSI. Somebody there is going to help work with you. We purposely built a foundation to work in this manner. We just didn't have the right sequencing where everybody could just jump in and go. We were teaching people how to do BRTs and do all that, which we're going to do still. But it doesn't make sense to do that if you don't have the strength and conveyance and belief in yourself and what you're doing here to relate to somebody else. So we fixed that. So everybody needs to get going on it. And I'm going to tell you, I got, it's the V marketing. You guys should all train. I'm going to put the links here really quick. Study that. It's all laid out there, guys. There's a 3-hour video that shows you exactly how to do assisted V marketing. Then again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can get on there and watch Edison and the teams do it every day. And then we do V marketing training on Saturdays. You guys, I did it on Saturday last week. We did V marketing. It was awesome. It already created PBS sales, and it was awesome. Yes, it's super freaking easy, and instructors can do this for their teams. You guys, it's such an awesome little process, and we're going to talk about it more and more because it's the biggest way to grow. Now, I got another link, which is the instructor link. I have a new video. I put it up there. YouTube took it down. I'm replacing it literally tonight. And it's on the instructor, and it walks you through how we train somebody in session 1, session 2, session 3. It's all a duplicatable, repeatable, scalable process. Everybody needs to try to help build 1 to 2 new people into their teams every week. Then you want to start getting your teams adding 5 a week. Then want your teams adding 10 a week and then 20 a week. Then you can do that as your numbers grow. And as long as you have a duplicatable, sustainable, scalable system. And we all have it now. Like, it needs nothing else. Yeah, I can't even tell you how excited I am about this because it's like we've been striving for this perfection for so long, and now we have it. All right, let me grab my embed code. I'm going to place this really quick. So I'm going to go through the whole process, right? So
Hit the camera thing is not working for me today.
well, I'm putting the new player up. Let me check on this really quick. Okay. Those 2 links, you guys should all be training on them. Now, if you're brand new and you haven't finished step 1, you need to finish step 1. You can still watch the training, but before you get involved with it, get your step 1 done on your PBS. All right. So last week, and I haven't finished my page yet, right? I got my whole Christian spin I'm doing on that topic, but I want to write down some new ideas for people that want to build pages. Okay? And we're gonna have some fun with it. So I'm gonna share them. I'm gonna share them in the chat. All right. And here I'm gonna change this view, Edison. Thank you for being on here. You guys, you gotta watch Edison. He's got an amazing humor. You got just log on to hear him do it. It's hilarious. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to spell this out. Now I'm going to tell you what I look for. All right. And is there anybody here that likes like NBA basketball or WNBA, which I'm not even believe I'm even talking about it. If you like professional basketball, raise your hand so I can see a count. Al, perfect. Winston, okay. Okay, great. Keep the hands raised. I'll lower them in a second. So anything with the following topics or articles on it.
Don't you dare write a page titled "The Knicks Are Out."
You know he's going to just because you said it.
I wasn't going to. There's so much promise. The Knicks actually got there again. I mean, the Pacers just look strong. You can just go over back and forth. But what I'm going to say is there are certain topics that stand the test of time. If you talk about LeBron versus Jordan, and you can go any way about it. I can't believe that it's a controversy. Like, Jordan is absolutely the best, period. He's the GOAT. But there's all these people trying to fight like LeBron on it. But I'm going to tell you, it's searched a lot. and you can share it, and people will go check it out there because they always expect you to have some stupid bullshit in there that goes against what they believe. These are good gotchas to get traffic. So LeBron versus Jordan, or anything Jordan, or any of the greats. You want to write an article or a background or like you would do a paper in school about Larry Bird? Do it. You can add it in your sports section, or you can add, information about great NBA stars, information about great NFL stars. Same thing. I wanted to give you guys some topics. I can come up with new topics every freaking week. And you only have to do one. It can be a floating page. It doesn't have to be out of the categories. It could be part of a subcategory. You could just build it and then launch it out in a sports broadcast place. The thing about it is if people click on it, they're going to click around other things. Now, I have stats and stuff. I used to get into debates about Jordan versus LeBron, and I bring it up there. The one thing I did wrong is I didn't make it a blogging page. And why? I don't know why. That's something I normally do. But I promise you, the years and years I've been doing that, I should have been having it out there. And when I have an argument and I'm in social media just flaring up with some guys, I drop my article. It'll get clicks. And then it's worthwhile for my time. That makes sense? Now, there's a whole thing going on with Caitlin Clark and the WNBA, which frankly is just getting them attention, and that's probably the goal. Whatever. Do you know how many people search Caitlin Clark and they're supporting her? You put an article about it, people are probably going to check it because they care. So let's not forget that sports is the great escape for a lot of people. They'll click on it. And then we can guide them through other stuff that we have, whatever else is on our system. It's a marketing system, right? It's our marketing house. So if it's something you're passionate about, write it. And the thing about it is it's going to be on there forever. The thing about the LeBron and Jordan controversy, or whatever you want to call it, is what you guys, I know people here will hear me. Sportscasters have content all the time to talk about. And when they don't have something to talk about, it's always, oh, let's talk about Jordan LeBron again. Always. It's filler. Well, if it's filler for them, it can be filler for us. I mean, you can break down this. I mean, the thing about it is you can get the stats. I can just ask ChatGPT and it'll tell me everything. Then I make it my own. Then I'm done. Hey, we covered that. I'm going to give you some other topics. And I'm going to tell you, I could go on and on and on, and I mean nonstop. I could literally start at the alphabet at A and go all the way to Z and cover so many different topics you could blog about that are relevant. And I probably could be on for a straight week, maybe two. If you need something to write about, you can always do a book, chapter and verse out of the Bible. Matthew 3:14, whatever. List it, talk about it, create a page on it. And depending on what the topic is, you can share it. Sharing a Bible verse, sharing a series of them or a chapter, or talk about and what happening. It's never old. It's got purpose. And I can put that in my self-help and development thing. And I can have it be, Bible verses and information, whatever. And make it a subcategory. And list them in there and add one a week. In a year, you're going to have 50 of them. There are so many things that we can put information about that people care about. and they're all around us. What is it missing? Personal touch. I bring up recipes all the time. I'm not kidding, those work. Sports is always going to work. Bible is always a good thing to go to. You can do reviews on books. If you're a reader, all right? If anybody saw my my Audible library, you'd like, how the heck do you have so many? Well, it's because I listen to them constantly. I can review every single one of them as a page, and I think I've got somebody in there I don't know if I ever could catch up. So I'm going to give you guys ideas from time to time because being original and adding other value, when you create a written work, and remember, you want to have good photos on there. You want to have video if you can do video. If you got a YouTube channel, you want to do a video, even if that video is short that says, hey, I really like to walk through what I learned from Mark, 3:14, and you can kind of read what you had on there. That with the written word on it as well, an image of that page in the Bible, whatever. Yeah, do that for all of them. It will work. It will get exposure. It will get shared. You'll have people follow you just for that. If you only attract 100 new people a year to your system, you're going to make more money. Find something you enjoy writing about and make it a weekly habit or a time that you set aside. Thursday night, I'm going to work on a Bible verse every Thursday night. You're going to take it, you're going to be learning it again. I realize some of us have read it so many times, but every time I read the Bible, I get something different out of the verses. I actually look at my notes and say, well, 5 years ago, this is what it meant to me. And today it means a little bit different to me. I'll tell you what I've realized in my age of wisdom here is when I studied and I was told that the Bible is really the liquid word. It is written in an amazing way where it does change for what you need. It's incredible. All right. I'll just leave it there. What that means to me is my context, what I take out of it, what it means to me now, and I share that, I can always update it. I put it out there, but it's going to touch people differently. And you're going to find people that have a similar need. There's in a similar situation. That is just a golden gift that we can use over and over and over again. And by the way, you will never get a copyright infringement if you use the Bible. What? Okay. All right. It's 9:56. Hopefully everybody's checked in on that. I'm going to just drop a couple things here. Bella Vita, mind your business. There's been some changes with the promotions where things are going. Mind your business. A minimum order to remain active is 25 BV or 20. Is it 25 or 28? Hold on. I think it's 25. Now, if you're on the V Club counts as 10 BV, but it's 25 in a single order or more. So you can't order 10 and 20 and be at 30 and be good. You have to order the same thing. And V Club, it allows us, those that have V Club know what it means. But if you're on the V Club and you buy a box of snaps, it's only 20 BV. It's at 40%. It's 20 BV, not 25. So if you're on the V Club, you need to order probably 2 of them to have enough. And if you buy like 3, that's 20, 40, 60. That'll count as 2 or 8 weeks. It'll count as 8 weeks. Okay, so if you do it properly and you buy, like if you're on the V Club and you buy $200 worth, you get free shipping, it'll work out to like $210. It'll make it $70 a month to be active in VMark in Bella Vita. All these V's, right? So I'm gonna just like mind your business. Make sure you guys go check your V-fill. Now, if you have a V-fill active and it's set to maximum, it only ships if you need it to ship. So if you're like me and you go place orders, now I need to stress this, you guys. You need to understand. If you're like me and you go place your own orders, you're just going to see the V-fill date skip out. It'll just shoot out longer. And what you don't want to do is you want to make sure you maintain your volumes. You guys, we have people that lose volumes that flushes away. Well, that means they flushed away commissions they've already earned that were just banking and storing. So you got to mind your business. Now, you guys, when you've been active for 5 years, you go into retirement. And that means you don't need to pay the yearly fee ever again. And you don't need to qualify every month ever again. You're just going to get paid your commissions for what's building. Unheard of, by the way, ever in this industry. Most of us that have been here for a while, we're all hitting the 5 years like in 2 months, 3 months, and then ongoing. It's a great perk. And those of us that have been around not that long, most of us are making far more than it costs for the product. Everything is great, but it's just good to know that that's there. And I think accountability wise, everybody needs to understand, especially today, after I brought you guys up to speed with this assisted bee marketing. If you're here for a period of time and you're not making money, you're not doing what we gave you to do. Get going. I'm going to say a few things. Next stage, I got you're clued in here, so I'm just going to talk to you direct. This is the most forgiving business ever. You can screw up and just start over on the next one. Nothing, absolutely nothing we do here is life or death. Al, if you screw up, no one dies. No one even gets to stub a big toe or a pinky toe. All forgivable, all go forward. There is nothing to get strained about. When we're working with new students that want to come in, they're like you guys coming in. They want something. And if they see this and they see it's going to work for them, they get in and get going. Is everybody going to see it? Nope. Is everybody going to show up on the Tuesdays and get the training they need? Nope. But the right ones will, the right ones that want to do it. And some people, it's a matter of timing. I promise you, we have people here tonight that haven't been here for months and they're just back on tonight. They got the email, they're like, oh yeah, I want to do that. They're back on. It's how it goes. Because we built something that is liquid. What do I mean by that? Ronnie, if you want to go away for 3 months and come back, we're still here. We'll get you going. We got leadership that's been so established that they'll take care of your people while you're gone. Do you decide, oh my gosh, I want to step this up and start cranking out the bee marketing every day and build a team tomorrow? You can change your mind on that anytime. You can decide to go today. Anytime you want to get going. Not one of your instructors is going to go, oh, it's about freaking time. Oh, no, you didn't do this for months. I'm not helping you. Nope. They'll be just thrilled you're there to go. We built it that way. Do you know we knew going into this that people weren't going to just come in and go to work? We understand there is a breakage in humankind. Not everybody shows up to do what they say they're going to do. A lot of people come from a broken environment where their word didn't really mean much because the people around them's words didn't mean much. It takes a while for people to adapt to a real environment, a positive environment, a growth environment, a business mindset is something we got to grow with you. And that's why we do it all the Tuesdays, all the Saturdays. We know that's what it takes to get there. Do you know why we know? Anyone? Here, I'm going to lower your hands. I'm going to have fun with this one. Is chat open?
No, but I will open it. It's open now.
Why can't I figure out how to open this up anymore? It's open?
Yeah, I opened it.
Okay. Cuz you're close. Do you know why we know that we had to build something that people could come and go, be flexible to grow? Do you know why we built it this way? Do you know how we knew it would be that way? Angel.
I do.
Type it in the text. I want everybody to see it. I know you know why. Sign of the times, life happens. Life happens. Connie, that's right. Been there, done that. I started out that way. I promise you now, I started out that way. We didn't have all the answers. You know, I got involved the way I got involved in doing things. I didn't have all the answers, and I came from a broke mindset. I was raised in a broke mindset. I had, you know, is there Angel? Type it down there. We're just typing right now because we got to get the millionaire course. You guys, we lived this already. And I was in a situation where I got to teach people how to grow, and I saw people come and go and do all that stuff, and eventually you see the patterns. So when we built Triple R, we had to build it in a way where if people were going to quit and not show up, we still had to make a way for it to work. We had to build a system that would withstand that. That's already here. That was already built that way. Now with the V marketing, we have it built so people can thrive because we figured out what was holding people back and found a way to fix it. Angel, before the internet, absolutely. But the internet just changed things. The way that people are, that didn't change. You know, we had conference calls, we had flyers, mail out, we did magazine ads. People still didn't show up then either. You would have thought the internet would have made it easier for people to show up and accomplish their dreams. It didn't change the factors of humans. But we can change things by using the technology correctly and how we install how it's done, right? And if there's a point where people aren't likely to do it because they're not ready, isolate it, figure it out, and find a way to make it solved. And we did that. All right, you and I got to talk, but you got to get step one done. Here goes, everybody. I'm going to be a broken record. You come in, you get your PBS, you go through session 1, you get Bella Vita set up, you go through session 2, you get the Vortex set up, you get SHG set up, and then everything's ready to go. You got to go get your pages modified and do step 1. When you get step 1 done, you're going to go through a lot of training on every one of those things to get more familiar with things. And then when you're done with step 1 and you're going into step 2, now we put you in the V marketing training. Nobody can go into V marketing training without the knowledge you get in step 1. Show up to go up or show up to glow up, however they call that. Yeah, I love the pyramid scheme question. We got things built where we get leverage off everybody's success, but we're moving products and services. A pyramid scheme is illegal, and only money moves, no products or services move, and the people at the top are the only one gets paid. Here, those who do the work get paid. A new student can come in, get their PBS set up, get into Bella Vita, get an SHD, get the PBS Vortex set up, accomplish step 1, get their pages modified, and start making money in the assisted V marketing. And if they stick with it, they can make more money than their instructor and their whole team if they just build it right. There's the ability for anybody to make what they're worth, not just make the top people more money because they came in first. Doesn't work that way. This is a utopian thing. We rise everybody up, but those who do more get more. Yeah, it's all about persistence, folks. All right. That being said, love you guys. God bless. We'll see you on the next trainings. You know where they are throughout the week. I'm going to go to the millionaire course, and I'll see you guys there. Again, I put the list out. And I'll see you guys later. By the way, Stacy, YouTube didn't drop that one, but I reloaded on the new system anyway and put it up, and it's ready to go. All right. Love you guys. See you in the millionaire course. And you guys, we got this. Let's go.